Hey guys, and welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. One of our favorite things to eat, especially around the holidays, is trash. Yes, I said trash. Is that not what you call it? We call it trash. Oh, you call it party mix or Chex Mix. Yeah, well, we call it trash. Excuse me. So that's what we're making today. Okay guys, let me tell you just a little bit about my trash or my party mix. I've done a video on this before, and if you watch that and you remember, there is absolutely, positively nothing special about my party mix. It just happens to be our favorite. With the exception of, we have a friend who makes us party mix every year. He actually already sent us a tub, and it was ginormous tub, and we've actually already eaten it all. And he puts all the good stuff in there. He puts Brazil nuts, he puts pretzels, he puts peanuts, cashews, almonds, pecans, macadamia nuts. They're all in there. And and he orders like a specialty nut mix from somewhere to go in his party mix. We get it every year, and it is by far our favorite, along with mine. Now, mine is totally different because mine is as plain Jane as you can get, but it is so good. I could eat my weight in it. I make this party mix 2 or 3 times a year. I always make it at Christmas. I always make it when we go on vacation. And I think my nieces are coming over sometime in January maybe. And we're going to watch a movie that my mom would always watch with us girls. And I'm going to make party mix. And we're just going to have kind of a reminiscing night. Watching an old musical probably with Gene Kelly in it. Or somebody. And we're going to make party mix. And see, I live in my childhood home. So this was my mom's home. Their grandma. So even the house is special. So hopefully we're going to do that sometime in January. But anyway, let me tell you about somebody else who makes party mix and what they do that makes it amazing. And I was going to try it this time, but I don't have any of the special ingredient. They actually do theirs in the microwave. I still do mine old-fashioned way in the oven. And I actually heard somebody tell me you could do it in those big roasters, because I make 3 batches. So I have to do 3 batches in the oven, which takes 3 hours. And somebody told me you could do it in the roaster pan and just do it all at once. That would be awesome, but I don't have one. I should have went to the church and borrowed theirs, but oh well. Anyway, so our friend at church does theirs in the microwave. And they use a little bit, I don't know how much, I need to ask them, a little bit of bacon grease in with their butter and stuff. And let me tell you, it gives it a unique flavor. It doesn't have a bacon flavor. So if you're opposed to that bacon taste, it doesn't have that. It just gives it a really good richness and pretty awesome. But I don't do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with a stick of butter. And what I do is I just get me a little bowl out of the cabinet. Stick my butter in it. And while I'm undoing my butter, I'm going to preheat my oven to 250. 250. Alright, I'm going to get my butter in here. I'm going to stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. maybe 20. Maybe I'll start with 20 seconds. And while it's going, I'll come back and we'll get our checks going. Okay, so normally I would buy the off-brand, with the exception of wheat. I always get the name brand Chex wheat. I think the off-brand tastes sweet to me, and I don't like that. And but I would normally get the off-brand of the corn Chex and the rice Chex. But, you know, little miss had to be sick, and I procrastinated getting the stuff. And when I finally got the stuff, they were out of all the off-brand. So, name brand it is. So we're going to start with the corn Chex. I do 3 cups of each. I do corn Chex, rice Chex, Cheerios, and wheat Chex. And if you notice, the wheat Chex box is a little bit smaller, so I buy 2. So, alright, 3 cups of each. 1, 2, 3. And if a few extras spill in, it's okay. So let me get this measured out and I'll bring you back. Okay, what we'll do here is the best tools you got are your hands. So I just go in and toss it together. And we'll set it aside for just a minute. Here is the butter. It's almost completely melted. Not quite, but almost. And what we're going to add to this is, I don't have a teaspoon measure, I have a half. So we're going to do a whole teaspoon of seasoned salt. And I round mine up a little bit, so heaping. 1 whole teaspoon of seasoning and a half a teaspoon of garlic. Same with the garlic, I round it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, now we're going to bring in our Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. I've gotten to where I can say that pretty good. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in. And I spill a little bit because I like an extra. I hope I have some more Worcestershire sauce. And I'm just going to take a spoon and break it up just a little bit. Looks chocolatey, but boy, it doesn't smell it. It smells so good. All right. So now let's take our Chex Mix, and I'm going to pour just a little bit in, and I'm going to take a big spoon and give it a stir. Pour some more, give it a stir, and let's go on in with the rest of it. And then now's the time to stir really well. I like to get every piece coated with a little bit of the butter and sauce mixture. I do not put pretzels or nuts or anything in my trash. We like it just like this. Now, I have an oversized pan. This is a 10 by 15. If all you have is a 9 by 13, that's fine. Use the same measurements as far as the butter and Worcestershire and garlic and all that. Just cut back on your cereal a little bit. Maybe do 2.5 of each cereal. Just cut back a little bit on your cereal. No need to worry about cutting back on. That's all the goodness anyway. So, I'm going to pour this in our 10 by 15 pan. But since I have an oversized pan, it doesn't hurt to have extra trash. So, alright, this is going to go into a 250 degree oven. We're going to leave it for 15 minutes. I'll stir it, put it back in for another 15 minutes, stir it, put it back in for another 15 minutes, stir it, put it back in, and we leave it in for an hour. And if you remember back on my video, if you watched my video of this before, I have a neat little trick so I don't lose count of how many times I have stirred it. Because sometimes I've gotten it out too early, or I've left it in too long because I can't keep up with how many times. So I've learned me a neat little trick. It's on my other video, but if you haven't watched it, you're going to learn it on this one. So we're setting this in the oven for 15 minutes. Let's get it in. 250 degrees. Timer. 15. Start. I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so the first 15... What's going on with my phone? Okay, y'all, I haven't got to finish telling y'all what I do because we've had kind of a surprise show up at the house. But first, let me tell you how I do my 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes that I stir it, I lay out a Splenda pack. And I know when it's time to come out. So it's time to get this trash out of the oven. It's been in for an hour. I've stirred it every 15 minutes and laid a Splenda pack. But let me show you the surprise that showed up at my house for Christmas. What in the world? Oh my goodness. Well, here you see we have a big bunch of collards. Hold on, I'm taking you out on my nasty porch. Hang on. Here we have another head of collards. So hang on, we're not done. Y'all, here we have another big head. Now some of them are bad. We're going to have to go through them and get out the bad ones. But oh my word. I have my work cut out for me. But boy, does this family love collards. And we're excited. Isaac's going to get started stemming them for me. And so we can get them taken care of. And then I'll cook them later on. Not tonight, though. So, y'all, I'm about to get the trash out and let you see it. Okay, guys, I got so carried away with all these collard greens that I about forgot my trash in the oven. But there it is. Oh, my goodness. So good. How do y'all eat yours? I put mine on a plate or a napkin. And I pick out, I leave to the side the wheat ones. And I save them all in one pile. And then, when I'm done eating all the rest, I get the wheat ones. And I eat them all together. Because they're my favorite. I like all of it pretty good. Anyway, Merry Christmas, y'all. Thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. Hang on. I'm munching. I believe my goodies are over. I've got collard greens to deal with. So, y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife, where if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.